Atomic Habits by James Clear. Chapter 2. How your habits shape your identity and vice versa. Why is it so easy to repeat bad habits and so hard to form new ones? It is a cruel and likely fact at the same time next year you'll be doing the same thing and not something better. Changing our habits is challenging for two reasons. 1. We try to change the wrong thing. 2. We try to change our habits in the wrong way. There are 3 layers at which a change can occur. 1. Changing your outcomes: losing weight, winning a championship, writing a book, etc. 2. Changing your process, changing your habits and systems, developing new routines, etc. 3. Changing your identity, changing your beliefs, your worldview, your self-image, your judgment about yourself and others. Most of the habits you build are at the process level. Outcomes are about what you get. Processes are about what you do. Identity is about what you believe. When it comes to building lasting habits, many people start their process by focusing on what they want to achieve. This leads to outcome-based habits. Alternative method is to build identity-based habits. With this approach, we focus on what we wish to become. It is much more powerful to be a non-smoker than to quit smoking. When you are a non-smoker, by your identity you do not smoke. When you try to quit smoking, it implies you are still a smoker. Most people don't even think about changing their identity when they think about changing their habits. They just think they want to be skinny outcome. They think if they stick to a diet, they'll be skinny process. But they don't realize their old identity can sabotage their new plans for a change. Behind every system of actions is a system of beliefs. Behavior that is incongruent with the self will not last. It's hard to change your habits if you don't change the underlying beliefs that led to your old habits. You have a new goal and you have a new plan, but you haven't changed who you are. The ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when the habit becomes a part of your identity. It's one thing to say you're the type of person who wants this, and it's something very different to say you're the kind of person who is this. The more pride you have in a particular aspect of your identity, the more motivated you will be to maintain the habits associated with it. True behavior change is identity change. You might start a habit because of motivation, but the only way you'll stick with it is if it becomes a part of your identity. Improvements are only temporary until they become a part of who you are. The goal is not to read a book. The goal is to become a reader. Your behaviors are usually a reflection of your identity. What you do is an indication of the type of person you believe you are. Doing is easy when behavior and identity are aligned. You're already acting like the type of person you want to be. When you have repeated a story to yourself for years, it is easy to believe in it. You begin to resist certain actions because you think that's who you are. The more deeply a thought is tied to your identity, the more difficult it is to change. You can't get too attached to your self-image. Progress requires unlearning. Becoming the best version of yourself requires you to continually change your beliefs and upgrade and expand your identity. If your beliefs and worldview place such an important role on your behavior, where do they come from in the first place? How exactly is your identity formed? Your identity emerges out of your habits. You're not born with preset beliefs. Every belief is learned and conditioned through experience. Your habits are how you embody your identity. The more you repeat a behavior, the more you reinforce the identity associated with it. The more evidence you have for a belief, the more strongly you will believe in it. The process of building habits is actually the process of becoming yourself. Every action you take is a vote for the person you wish to become. The most practical way to change who you are is to change what you do. New identities require new evidence. You keep doing the same things you always have. You're going to have the same results you've always had. To change your identity behavior. 1. Decide the type of person you want to be. 2. Prove it to yourself with small actions. Work backwards from the results you want to the type of person who would get those results. Instead of writing a book goal, think of being a consistent, reliable person identity. Habits and identity form a feedback loop. Your habits shape your identity, and then your identity shapes your habits. The goal should always be becoming a type of person, not getting a particular result. Summary. There are 3 levels of change: outcome change, process change, and identity change. The most effective way to change your habits is to not focus on what you want to achieve, but focus on who you wish to become. Your identity emerges out of your habits. Every action is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Becoming the best version of yourself requires you to continuously edit your beliefs and to upgrade and expand your identity. The real reason habits matter is not because they can get you better results, but because they can change your beliefs about yourself. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.